Hey guys, this is Brad from FiniteCards here to bring you another deck profile, this one of my Super Defense Robot deck. We covered this in a previous video. These cards are mainly from Judgment of the Light, the main Super Defense robots, and Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon. A lot of these cards, they have not had their picture name changed. However, they're all correct in this area right down here. So let's get right into it. The first 9 cards are 3 of each of the Super Defense robots. Basically what they do is when you normal summon them, you special summon another one, or Orbital 7, which I have down here in the side deck as kind of a if you want to card. I personally don't put it in because it's just another level 4, so it doesn't help me out too much, but if you want to, you can run it because they do work well with them. So basically you use one of these Super Defense robots to special summon Elephant and summon Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon. Or you can use them on themselves to summon Gigant X, or use Monkey to special summon Zenmains. Other than that, we have 3 Gear Spring Spirits. Now I run this because I'm using a completely machine deck, so there's the only risk of having a non-machine monster in my graveyard, which is part of this card's summoning condition, is if I get summon Tachyon Dragon, Masquerade, or Coat of Arms, or Utopia, and they get destroyed, which I usually am pretty careful not to do. It's a great card. If you want to, you can just use it as an out to one of your opponent's monsters, because you can just make their attack 0, and since you have 100, you can just beat them, or it's a very quick way to Xyz summon any of these rank 8s. Next we have Machina Cannon. I use Machina Cannon because it is level 8, and just in general I prefer summoning it because I'm going for more of the Xyz summoning rather than Fortress, just going for the all-out powerful effects. I have that down the side deck because that might be a useful option if you want to go for that, but I just didn't feel like I had room in my extra deck to like put a few of these in and put in the rank 7, and it clogged up my deck for me. Next we have 3 Tin Plate Goldfish, or Tin Goldfish as they are in English, my bad. These are basically used to, if I want to just Xyz summon, I can summon them and summon out a Leo or Shredder, and just go for a quick Xyz summon, and they're machines, so it works that way. And then finally we have 3 Shredder, or at least that's how I like to pronounce it because it's got 3 Ds. This is mainly as another use for your level 8 machines if you can't play them, because you can send a high level machine monster and destroy one of your opponent's monsters that is a level less, and since you have a bunch of level 8s, you can send those and destroy most monsters. For the spells, I have Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monsterborn, Book of Moon, and 2 Lance. Those are my fairly standard spell cards. Then we have 2 Trade-In, and it's borderline running too many level 8s for a 3rd trade-in, so it's kind of borderline. I'm going 2 for now. It's just kind of a little bit of a draw engine. Iron Call, this just helps for the Xyz summoning. Also, if you already have an Elephant out, you can just bring back one of these 2 and just use Elephant's effect to Xyz summon into Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon. Limiter removal, that's just kind of standard machine stuff. You can also use it with Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon because when it's destroyed, it doesn't really care as long as you have a Super Defense robot in your graveyard. So you can just double its attack and then resummon it as long as it has a material. And then I run 2 Solidarities because my entire main deck is machines and most of my extra deck is. So that's just an extra boost in attack, which is great, especially because a lot of my main deck monsters are pretty low attack. I think Shredder is the highest attack of them all, unless I use multiple monsters for Machine Cannon. Other than that, I have my standard trap lineup, which is a Bottomless, 2 Mirror Force, Breakthrough, Compulse, and then 2 Dark Bribes, which just mainly lets me take care of a lot of things. Other than that, that's personal choice. I also have Xyz Reborn down here as another option because I'm used to Garbage-Eyes Fat Dragon. Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon, it just needs to have a material. It doesn't necessarily have to have a Super Defense Robot material to use its effect. So if you resummon it with Xyz Reborn, you can get its effect rolling again as long as you have more super defense robots in your graveyard. So that's just a way to put it back into play, say if they like remove your material or something like that. Also torrential for the same reasons, because Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon doesn't really care about being destroyed. Torrential Tribute might be a good option. Also, it works fairly well with Zen mains. I'm just not really a fan of Torrential Tribute, so it's not something I run, but there's an option for you guys. The other card I have down here is Giant Rat, and it's a good card to summon out any of the super defense robots, but as I'm running a pretty straightforward machine deck, I left it out. But if you want to do a non-machine variant, then Giant Rat's a pretty good way to get out Elephant. And then for my extra deck, I've got 4 Gimmick Puppet Xyz monsters. I've got Gimmick Puppet of Leo, and that's just kind of I enjoy playing this card, so I have it just in case I want to. You should probably, if you wanted another option, you should probably go for Neo Googly-Eyes, because it's probably going to be more useful than Gimmick Puppet of Leo. However, you can't use Elephant for Neo Googly-Eyes. And then 1 Gimmick Puppet of Strings. I mainly use it just kind of as a beatdown, although usually Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon I summon more often, but in the case, say, I don't have super defense robots in the graveyard and I'm summoning without using super defense robots, I'll probably go for Gimmick Puppet of Strings. And then 2 Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinders, just because they're a very easy out to any special summon monster. And then I have Tachyon Dragon, which is mainly just to get rid of a monster that's raising its attack or has an effect that's nasty. Because even if I don't want to attack it, I can always negate its effects at the beginning of the battle phase and get rid of that. Then we have 3 Googly-Eyes Drum Dragon, which is the main boss monster of the deck. Summon it pretty easily, and it's basically just a recyclable beater, which is really nice. And you can use its effect. You probably only use this when you summon it the first time, but you can use it to bring your attack up to 4,000 until your opponent's next end phase. So that's a 4,000 attack. And then I have a decent number of rank 4s. I've got Masquerade, Coat of Arms, or Heraldry Crest in English, and then Utopia. Those are just kind of pretty select group of rank 4s that I like using. I'd recommend Violon de Sigma if you don't want to use these. Black Ship of Corn also works. Other than that, it's pretty much up to your choice. These are not really too necessary for the deck. I just really like these 3 cards, and they cover a lot of bases. And 3 Gear Gigant X, and that's mainly if I need to go for a 2 level 4 summon. I can just bring it out and search, say, a new Leo, and say I have Tinplate Goldfish, Shredditor, and Elephant. I can summon Tinplate Goldfish, special summon Shredditor, and then summon Gear Gigant X and bring a Leo to my hand so I can summon Googly-Eyes next turn. So that's pretty much what it's there for. And then Zen mains is just there because 1, it's machine type, 2, it's a rank 3 I can summon with Monkey. I normally don't opt for Zen mains as my only rank 3 option, but since this is a machine deck that also doesn't care about monsters that get destroyed, Zen mains seem to fit pretty well. So I left it in. I think that's it, and I'll see you guys later. Leave any sort of suggestions or comments in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.